So we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Looks like I'm going to be solo here for a minute. Hopefully Adrian will join us in a moment. Renikia will be with us again next week. So we go old school with just me here, so maybe I can get this going correctly. You guys bear with me. Well, she says she's here, so hold on. I don't see her. Oh, there she is right there. That's one of the platforms, so she'll pop up here. Bear with us, guys. I was trying to be patient, but I ran out of patience for Adria to come on, so she says she's on now. We can't hear you though, Adria.
I can hear me.
Oh, okay, well now I can hear you. So she's here, so we'll let her
do my thing. Hi guys, I'm a little late. Are you live across everything? I don't even see YouTube up at all.
Yeah, YouTube is live, my friend.
There we go. All right, guys. Sorry, running a little bit late. I locked myself outside the house. Yes, I did. I ran to go get the kids something to eat and realized that, yeah, my keys were on the other side of the door. So sorry about that. I always got something going on, don't I? All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Thursday. I know I am not up on Facebook as of yet, but I am working on that. So for my YouTube, Instagrammers who can hear me, glad you're here. Deborah, shout out from Connecticut Kids, Seattle, New Jersey, Maryland, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Hey fam, how you guys doing? So you know how this works. If it's your first time, you post your questions, I read the questions, and Ty answers the questions. He gives you some great information, guys, great free information on how to wholesale with no cash or credit. In addition, he answers questions to pretty much everything dealing with real estate investments. So welcome. Hey there, Anthony Watts, California, Kansas City, Orlando, South Carolina, and Florida. Okay, so I'm looking on YouTube right now. Hello from Zimbabwe. Really? Ain't no way, child. You always with the fools. Cannot be. Man, they're busy over there at Dirt Cheap Sign order since the 12th and still waiting. Ooh, the 12th of February?
Wow.
Yeah, you might want to give them a call, see what's going on with that. That's a bit of a long wait time. Okay, so in addition to Ty giving you this free information today, he has over 200 plus videos that are available for you on YouTube. We're going to tell you that over and over. He has mail-to-flip.com, which gives you a great resource for those of you who don't, in your areas who can't put up bandit signs. Let's see here. Then we have 50/50 deals. He promoted this last week. He talked about it a little bit. I'm sure he will talk about it even more today. When he gets everything,
50/50 dot deals.
50/50 dot deals. It's not like .com. It's dot deals. It's in it, an extension in its own. So Ty, you good? You ready?
Yeah, let's rock.
Let's rock, guys. Let's see here. First question, YouTube. while I do some other things, is from BLAC. What are your thoughts on pocket listings? Just talked to one of my realtors. She told me her boss told her it is illegal.
The video that you need to, you mean what, as far as pocket listings? Well, you know what, I'm really not even sure how they handle that. As far as what they'll make available to the public, and if they already have a buyer ready to go. That's a question that I couldn't really answer. They can still post it on MLS, but if they know you are a player, they can let you know as soon as they post it. So that's no big deal about that, you know, the timing of it or whatever. So if they really have something ready to go like that, they can just let you be the first one to know you put the offer in, the owner accepts it, and they pull it off the market. So, you know, that's no big deal about that. They just need to post it on MLS for 10 seconds or whatever. You place the offer, and they can place it as pending. So that's how you get around that.
All right, on Facebook, Eric's there from Charlotte, yay, and Glennis Smith, Kim and Glennis from Delaware. Hey, y'all. Oh, and Terrence from Riverdale. Ginger, where you from? You asked a lot of good questions last week, but I don't know where you're from. Okay, so going to Facebook, Ginger's question is, how do I generate addresses for the REI yellow postcards? They have a minimum of 100 to do an order. However, I decided I may just design them myself. I'd like to offer that service to your followers on a social media platform, very low rates. So,
No.
So no on that part, but the question was, how do I generate addresses for the REI yellow postcards?
That's what you get your list, or you can do whatever list you wanted to, but you generally going to get your list from places like List Source and or Melissa Dad. I'm sure some other outfits out there, but those are the known ones. So that's how you'll generate your list.
Okay, and Ginger is from Philly. Let's see here. Back to YouTube. Ashley Young says, thanks for all of the help. I am driving for dollars and found some of what looks to be abandoned homes. Should I even try to contact those that already belong to property management companies?
Nothing prevents you from contacting them. You know, offers are free, or inquiries are free also. Never know. You probably look to get the door slammed in your face quite a few times, but again, you never know. So contacting people doesn't cost you anything but time. So you probably have plenty of that. So roll with it.
Okay. Next question.
Wait a minute, before we go any further, earlier today, someone I understand whenever I respond to comments on any of my videos on YouTube. I don't do it every day, but normally every couple of days. So then when I do it, I'm just going to probably respond to everything that's there. And depending on the question itself, a lot of times I'll refer them to another video, or the answer may just be a short answer, because it is a short answer. Some of it's based on I'm human, and it's a question that I know that I just go over and that I answer in so many videos. But anyway, someone asked a question, then I answered the question, at least I thought I did. And then there was a follow-up on question on it, and I had just gotten to it yet. And someone responded, oh, he's not going to answer. He wants you to spend thousands of dollars on his courses. All right. Should that bother me, Adrian?
It shouldn't, but it should. It shouldn't, because of all the stuff that you give away for free. All the stuff that you're going through the YouTube videos and answering questions after, when technically I guess they could have came and joined and watched it during And it could be if your question didn't get answered, you just have to shoot for next week. But you make it an effort to go back and make sure that questions get answered. So no, they was just being petty.
I was just trying to make sure the way I responded to that person's comment, I just said, I was trying to make sure that were they saying what I thought they were saying or whatever. I'm like, wow. I said, well, people are amazing, man. Just amazing. Yeah, I sell courses. I don't hide that. We pound you with what I sell, but damn, all the information I give away and I put up video. I have more videos of people that have never even talked to me that I've done deals. So man, what else can you do? You know what I'm saying? Wow, just like I just put up one when that was Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Of my man, that's an Air Force Sergeant, $17,000. I never even talked to the guy. Never even talked to him before he let Adrian and I know last week that he had did a deal or whatever. David out of Orlando. So man, I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. And then some of it I just don't think people, like the guy that probably made the comment or whatever, he probably didn't know how much information I have out there or whatever. But it's cool. I don't know why that somewhat bothers me sometime or whatever, but it does. I guess I got myself out there. I got to get a little bit more thicker skin though, don't I?
Well, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just had to say that.
Okay, so back to this. You want to tell them about the 50-50 deals. We're already in. I think we got a lot of people here that may or may not have heard it last week. 50-50 deals, guys. Y'all have asked.
Yeah, 50-50 deals basically is an opportunity to submit properties. Hopefully you already have them under contract, been negotiating a great deal, and you just may not be sure what to do, but you stumbled into a deal. So here's an opportunity to work with me directly, and we do a deal, walk you through it, whatever. Now, no coaching. If you don't know what to do, I'm going to keep referring you back to the videos. Do not think I'm being rude or whatever, because that's part of the reason I've never opened it up to this, but people tell me I need to do it. Just be clear on what you're offering. So if you don't know what an ARV is, videos on that. You don't know how to fill out a contract, videos on that. You don't know how to find deals, videos on there. So I'm assuming it's just at the point where you have gotten to where you put in the contract, and you're just not sure what to do from that point. Now, just because you have it on the contract doesn't mean that it's a deal. I'll let you know what I think about that or whatever, and we'll go from there. But you can submit those at 5050 deals, 50-50 deals. So there we go.
All right. Sheila made a good comment. She says, Ty, I don't think you had this much help when you started out. No, that's just it. Everybody's getting to start out with so much more information that, probably wouldn't have been available, and most definitely would not have been free.
It wasn't definitely not for free.
Okay, let's see here. Sean Barnett says hello, and he purchased the ebook last night. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget about that. There is an ebook that kind of simplifies the wholesaling process for you. Some people like having it in their hand, a tangible, need to be able to read it, get back to it and read it again, carry it in your car, put it in your backpack, put it in your purse, whatever the case may be. So there is an ebook that is available for you. Where can they find that, Ty?
At wholesaling.guide, not .com, but wholesaling.guide, wholesaling.guide. You can also access it through flipman.net, but wholesaling.guide.
Okay. Hey, Mike, Alicia, Alicia. You know what? I never knew how to say your last name. I won't try it anymore. Hey, Mike. And Sean is purchasing his bandit signs tonight. Let's go to the next question. Let's see here. I know you have contracts. I need them, one for me and the buyer and one for me and the seller. Can you please tell me what I need to do to get the papers in my hand?
What does he mean, the papers in his hand?
Not Jade Warren on YouTube. Clear that up for me. What papers? Because Do you need a copy of the contract? Because that is available to you on flipman.net. And it's the same contract that Ty's been using for years, so we know it works, but I'm not sure what you mean by getting the papers in your hand. Let's see here. Typical question every week. Go ahead and knock it out. I'm trying to get involved in real estate. Should I start a corporation first?
Well, ideally, yes, but if you got to choose between that and spending money on marketing, spending money on the marketing, and you can set that up after your first deal.
Okay. Oh, Jade says, yes, I need copies of the contracts. Well, the one-page contract that Ty uses, as I said, is available, flipman.net. Just go there and request for that one-page contract, and that'll be all you need, Jade. And hopefully that helps you out. On Facebook, CJ asks, CJ actually has two questions. First question, when will Renikia be back? I got my credit up looking for hard money. She'll be back next week, CJ. She'll be with us next week. But if you need to contact her, fundmynextdeal.com. Fundmynextdeal.com, and that will give you a connection to her and her team, and she'll contact you back within 24, 48 hours. And your next question was, do you have any list source tutorials? I'm trying to buy a list. And that was on Facebook.
What was it on Facebook?
CJ Sims.
CJ Sims?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it? Okay, yeah, I actually do. Just go to YouTube, list source, wholesaling, and Flipman. You should pull up a couple of my videos.
Okay, let's see here. Serjeet, on YouTube, if I am wholesaling virtually and my cash buyer wants to see the property, how do I make sure the cash buyer and the seller don't know what's going on and that they are buying for a lot more? Ooh.
You got to have somebody on the ground to work on your behalf, whether it's another wholesaler, real estate agent, or just someone you know. You got to have someone on the ground to work for you, or you make it clear with the buyer and you're comfortable that they understand what your position is. Other than that, you're gonna have to have somebody on the ground to assist you.
Mm-hmm. That'll be typical question. How many websites do you have? It's a lot.
Oh, it's a lot. It's really ridiculous. But that train has ran off the track now. So we're gonna keep trucking because I really just should have everything at flipman.net, which it really is. But you know, as part of that is I like. It's bad. I know. I'm sorry, y'all.
Cut it out.
But it is bad. I got too many doggone sites. It is bad.
He likes creating websites, guys.
It's really
the light bulb goes off. He goes and says, "Let me see if that's available. If it's available, it's done. It is over with."
It's bad. What would it call when you abuse something? I got an addiction, you know. Yeah. So please.
You have a website addiction.
I have a domain registration addiction.
It could be worse. I will take that.
It could be worse. It used to be a lot worse. I had so many domains that wasn't worth a penny or whatever. But anyway, that's because I didn't have anything up on them. So.
Okay, so YouTube. Let's see here. I lost where I was. Who pays the closing costs if the title is not clean? Would I have to do that or the buyer? This is the Chari on YouTube.
Well, normally, if it's not clean, you can't get it clean. Well, normally what happens is that the title company, because that's what they do, so it's sort of like left open because, you know, in most cases, they're assuming you're going to try to clear or whatever. And then they make so much of their money off of repeat business. Sometimes they're just going to eat some stuff. So whatever. They ain't going to eat a lot, but they ain't going to just keep eating stuff over and over again. They're going to send you a bill. but they'll just charge to the game especially if you've already built a relationship with them. But sometimes you can't get clear title. Sometimes. Let me put it like this: the procedure to go through it may not be worth it. Let me just say that.
All right. Instagram question. If you have a deal open with escrow and the seller gets cold feet, what would you do, Flipman?
Depending on how attractive the deal is, how much room I have to negotiate, hopefully I can offer them a little more bread to get them to the closing table. Hopefully. So.
Okay. Moving right along. Mr. GG from Kansas City, Missouri, wants to know, have you ever wholesaled a short sale property with an existing loan and the bank agreed on a lower payment than the price owed? Some say it's illegal and some say it isn't.
That's not the same thing. That's more or less like a modification. And how would you wholesale if the payment is lowered, but the balance that's left on the property still makes it not a wholesale deal? Now, that may make it a lease option opportunity, but a wholesale deal, if the balance that's owed to the bank is not reduced, I'm not sure. Maybe I misunderstood this question.
Well, that's just how I read it. I'm not sure. Yeah, wholesale a short sale property with an existing loan and the bank agreed on a lower payment than the price owed. Well, not maybe payment. They agreed on they lowered the amount of the loan. They're going to settle. They're going to take a little less, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, but at that point, it's just a normal deal at that point. But now, you can't just wholesale a short sale without having the right type of buyer. You're gonna have to involve some transactional funding, or like my man David on the interview I did Tuesday. The buyer paid him outside the closing. That's it's unique to me. It may not be unique to others, but it's a unique way of doing it. So.
Okay. Rel on YouTube asks, do you think using cable ties and staples are good or just cable ties?
Doing something is better than nothing, but if you're just asking me that specific question, which he is, cable ties just give you so much more flexibility, in my opinion.
Okay, Jinwoo. Why, Jinwoo? Why you want to know? The question was, how far are you and Adria? How far does Adria and Ty live away from each other? I hop, skip, and a jump across the creek. Could reach out and touch him if I wanted to. Not really. It would take a minute. Close enough.
Within an hour.
Yep. Why? Let's see here.
He lives in Tuscaloosa. I live in Birmingham. So Google search.
How you just gonna be telling folks where I stay? You tell your business.
This is the internet. You're on Facebook. They know where you live at.
Now you're gonna have me having stalkers. It's okay. I'm available. Y'all can stalk me. B-Walk says cold calling. When calling homeowners, how do you initiate the convo about purchasing their home? What do you say to get the homeowner on the line, and what is said?
Hi, my name is Ty Taylor. I'm with blah, 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 blah.com or blah, blah, blah company or whatever. We're interested in buying 2 houses or 2 more houses in your area this month. If you have any houses you would be interested in selling, we would love to discuss that with you. And you just go from there. So, they'll let you know immediately if they're interested. Now, that may not be the best way to put it. I don't have one of my scripts in front of me because I don't do it myself. I have people to do it. Most of the people that I get to do it, when they just naturally know how to just open a conversation. You're dealing with someone that is, if you have to rate someone on the scale of 1 to 10 as a salesperson, I would be a 0.5. So, but I can recognize great salespeople when I see it, potential to be great salespeople, even if they don't know it. So,
do I have potential?
Well, you're sort of like me. You don't really like to.
Oh my gosh, like you really fencing to answer this.
But as far as salesperson, you have great potential. One of the smartest people I know. But you're talking about sales, right?
Yes.
Bro, that's different. You gator, but you ain't that type of gator. You might be you ain't that type of gator.
All right, let's move on.
Me either. Me either, though. So hey, I'm just in awe of people that can do that.
Don't clean it up now. Facebook, Danny Bailey has a question. Danny's question is, good evening, Flipman. What is your take on a cold calling list as an absentee owners? A person orders versus sending yellow letters or postcards. So taking that question that you just have, is that better to cold call the absentee list or to send the postcard yellow letters to the absentee list?
Well, in most cases, like if you bought a list of absentee owners, say 1,000, you're only going to be able to probably produce anywhere from 30 to maybe 60% of the list as far as phone numbers, no matter how you go about doing it. So I would encourage you probably to do both. In reality, if I had to choose one over the other, the cold calling is cheaper and it can be more effective, but you just have to be, but it's much more time consuming now. Let me just say that, but you have to be at it. If you're going to do it, you got to be committed to it, but it definitely can produce some immediate. You can buy a list today and have a contract. I mean, you can buy a list today, but it's late now, but you can buy a list today, start making calls and literally have a potential deal the next day on the contract. So that's the difference. It's cheaper. It's more effective, I think, but it's more time consuming. You have to be more committed than doing direct mail. But if you can, I would encourage you to do both. To the same, if you bought an absentee list, you can call in and send the mails out. Because the entire list, you won't be able to get a phone number for.
Okay. Sticking with Facebook, D. Saunders has a question. Well, D says it's cold and raining in St. Louis, but they were wondering if you slow down putting up bandit signs in the winter. Snowing
Well, not really, because you have to understand where we're located. It'll get cold here, but like now, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's probably been 60, some days 70s. It's hit 80, it probably hit 80 a few days. So our weather is like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's never really cold consistently. So so if I was in a market where it is cold, but it seems like you all are used to it. Am I wrong in thinking that way, Adrian, or what?
No, they would be used to it. Well, we probably die.
Just like if you're in St. Louis, when it snows, you all don't close schools unless it just gets ridiculous. But if it snows a half an inch here, I'm going to put it like this, the threat of, they don't have to actually snow, the threat of a half an inch, and they're closing the schools down for the next day. Because you obviously can see on the radar, the weatherman can see what's coming. So, and then sometimes we have a lot of false alarms in the grocery store. I don't know if they do this in other markets where it snows a lot, but the grocery stores, Walmart, places like that, get rich. Because people go in there just buying everything, normally cereal, bread, and milk. I don't know why that combination is a thing. What, they going to mix milk and bread together? But what's the deal on that? What's the thinking on that? Well, that's probably what you go by.
What? Huh? I wasn't listening.
Oh,
dang.
But anyway, don't worry about it. Hey, but anyway, my point is, you all are used to the weather, so that shouldn't stop you from, doing anything. And that's my point. Maybe I'm missing something. I would assume you're used to the weather.
Busted. It's like being in class and the teacher call on you, be like, and what did I say? You're like, I don't know. I was reading the questions on here. I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay, Alfredo wants to know.
No, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You don't supposed to listen to me. You're supposed to be trying to see what's the next question. You good? Go.
Okay, Alfredo wants to know, are you going to do any more motivated seller calls and walkthrough videos?
Y'all really like those?
They love them. They ask for them all the time.
The views on my videos don't show they like them. That's what when I repeat stuff like that can be repeated where it's not the same thing. Views don't show that people like it. Maybe I don't have them titled right or something, but the views don't show that. I got tons of those. You know, matter of fact, that encouraged me to start recording all my calls, and it makes it easier for me to manage, you know, the calls that come in. You know, I just record them on my smartphone. So, but yeah, I'll put one out. That may be the next video that I upload or whatever. So.
Okay, let's see here. Deborah Gordnier wants to know, is this a deal? Ready?
We're ready, baby.
Oh, I don't know. It's a short sale. After repair value is 180. They're asking 128. Repairs are 30. But she's putting in her bid for 88, and she plans on flipping it.
You mean like wholesale? I guess you mean wholesale. Okay, yeah, if you can get it for 88 and the ARV was 180.
Yes.
And what was the repairs?
30.
What is that, 110? Yeah, that's a smoking deal. If you can get the lender to accept 88.
All based on if you can get that 88.
Yeah, hey, shoot for the sky. You should have offered 70. Or, you know, what's going to make the difference? So anyway, so yeah, but you can get it at 88. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. If that's what you're looking for right there.
Okay, Anthony Watts, welcome. It must be your first time with us. Appreciate you joining us. But your question is for a first lister. Where would I read what book to get started with nothing? Well, you just started. You're here with us Thursday, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Time. We're available to answer all of your questions in regards to wholesaling with no cash or credit. But you said what book? You're in luck. There is a ebook available to you that Ty has written, and it is available
at wholesaling.guide, or you can also pick it up through flipman.net.
So go there and start there. I mean, and then I know y'all get tired of us saying this, and y'all posted 1,000 times in the feed too. 200 plus videos available on YouTube that are free. That gives you all the information you need to get started. I promise you, if you have a question, there's probably a video for it. I know y'all get tired when you ask a question. He says, well, I have a video on that, because there is a video on that. And if all of it fails, what?
The other thing about that, and you should do this, but you know, people, they search by title. That's why I don't see a video with the title on it. But understand that if you're going to use that as a source, right, to get your business going, and I know some of y'all have had training or whatever from other places or whatever, but if you're starting from scratch and you're trying to bounce around on my videos, I'm just going to tell you, don't do that. Just go all the way back to August of 2008 and just start watching videos. Because what happens is that even though the topic may be one thing, I may have to explain something else that you need to know and will want to know later on to explain that topic. So that's why I encourage you to watch all the videos, because all of your questions are answered there. You know, if you don't have the money to pay me or somebody like me or whatever, then take advantage of what's free. You know, many others have, as I've mentioned probably for the third time. The Air Force sergeant that I really uploaded video Tuesday, I've never talked to him before. $17,000 on his first deal. You know, it wasn't easy for him. I think it took him from July till last week to close that first deal. But what is that, 7 months? What's that, 17 big ones? You know, now he has a war chest to ramp it up. So, well, there you go.
All right. Clifton says, I finally got my first flip of the year, $1,250. I'm late. I know. No, better late than never. And that $1,250 is better than a goose egg. So, hey.
Yeah, what's half of
zero? Is nothing.
Nothing. Great. Congratulations, man. Right, take that bread, invest in you some more marketing. Don't spend a dime of it on nothing. That's all marketing money. But I can't tell you, you might need that for something else to live with. But I would encourage you to take at least $200 of it to buy some bandit signs, a couple hundred bandit signs, one color, 9x24 horizontal flute, single-sided, red on white or blue on white is my suggestion.
Bam. All right, let's see here. Sabor, how you doing? I don't think I've seen you in a while. Have you been here, Sabor Properties? Anyway, he says, hey, Ty, I purchased a list from ListSource, sent out 262 letters. He got 4 returned to senders, not one call from that list, and it's been about 2 weeks. Any suggestions?
Well, how did you send the list? Was it postcards? Was it yellow letters? Was it using mail to flip? Let's get an idea. What type of list did you buy? As far as what type of neighborhood did you target? Was it a blue collar area? Was it lower middle class, upper middle class? What type of area did you target?
Okay, so Sabor, answer those, and I will scroll down and try to get an update on that.
Would be also nice to know what his actual message was, so.
Does the ebook contain both residential and commercial property flipping information?
No, it doesn't. But right now, if you buy the ebook at the current price, I'm not going to quote it here because it'll change at some point. And right now, as of the date of this video, it includes a bonus of the live recording I did back in October last year of how to wholesale apartments. So it's like a 2-hour recording that you get access to that also. So it's just worth it, I think.
Thank you, Purcell. Purcell says, hi, Flip Sister. Your personality is attractive and it draws people to you. I'm amazing. Thank you.
So you had to read that. That doesn't sound like a question. It's a statement.
It's an accurate statement, and it's in regards to me, so I had to read it. Thank you very much. You a hater. You're supposed to be a gator, not a hater. Anyway, $DZTV, this is a question on YouTube, as a motivated seller, which is a landlord, wants to sell home, but the tenants that's renting don't move out till July. Should I still try to get the house under contract now or wait to contact the seller in July?
I would just contact them late June or whatever, mid to late June. A lot can happen in that time frame. So that's what I think. Stuff that's that far out, put it under contract. Because anything can happen. The house can be in worse condition when you get it. So I would just wait closer to that time frame.
Okay.
What do you think?
I would wait, unless it got to be something just phenomenal to go ahead and start working on it now. But
yeah, unless you give me let's say it's like worth 200 and you getting it for 50, then I'm gonna put in a contract with earnest money of some sort, and I might do that. But but more otherwise, I would probably just wait closer to mid-June, late June.
I'm just gonna add that Shaq and Yoko and Cha all agreed with that comment as well. Okay, moving along. Just said that I'm awesome. Okay. I'm just saying. I needed that.
Smile in your face.
Whatever. Okay, Sabor updated. He said he sent yellow letters and a postcard with it. Absentee owners with 100 equity. The target area is a hot market.
Okay. Well, first of all, I think you should have used mail to flip. But the other thing is, one of my students asked me about that the other day. Should they use that as the part of the search criteria as far as equity spread, what appears to be equity spread? I told them to don't do that because you never know how that county, how they produce that type of information. And I think that could alter, but they were still absentee only, just a shotgun approach. That still was better than nothing. But in the reality is, she said some of them were postcards and some of them were yellow letters.
He did. He said he sent a yellow letter with the postcard with it.
And yeah, could you clear that up? But 296 is an okay number, but you should have gotten a couple calls now. Now, understand about direct mail, some of the responses are not immediate, especially on a small number like that. Now, if you were to send them in a more, I would like to have seen the letter, something like that. But if you were to send them in a more noticeable, through a more noticeable method, then you probably would have gotten a different response. Now, I understand like that traditional method of postcards and or yellow letters. A lot of people are probably sending them, mailers or whatever. So, but again, I would like to have seen what his message said and how he packaged his mailing. So.
Okay. While we wait on Sabor to update that, Facebook Steve Corbin has a question. And welcome Tanya Jones. She's on Facebook as well. She says great info and she's a newbie. So welcome and thanks for joining us. Hey guys, tell you this every week. Tag a friend, tell somebody about it, find you a partner, get you a squad together, hustle with somebody. Hey, everybody want to eat, so make sure you bring them over on Thursdays so we can get our subscription up. Yep. Okay, Steve Corbin's question was, I bought your old package in like 2013, 2014. Is that info still good, or do I need to buy updated training package?
Well, Steve, if your phone number didn't change, then you're locked into my phone and you're still a student. So all you got to do is just reach out to me and I'll send you the updated information. You don't have to pay again. I don't play that cat and mouse game. If what you paid for, if I update it, you'll get it. So just reach out to me. And again, hopefully your phone number had changed and you'll be locked in. So.
Okay. Yes, Shaq Smith. I don't know what Ty been doing all day, but he might need a 5-hour energy. They say you sleeping.
I am. I look that way. I'm sleeping, so I don't know what. I did probably what I'm already a little mentally drained. I did a podcast with a local investor here that has a local real group, and those guys have a lot going on. Really impressed with what everything he has going on or whatever, but most of this stuff is just local. And so we've been trying to get together for a week or so. So it should have only probably been an hour, but me and him just flowed together so well. Whatever. We're just talking about, a little bit of everything as far as real estate. And so I'll probably do one. I'll eventually upload that one. It'll be probably at the end of the month once he's ready to just go live with it on his podcast or whatever. But we'll probably just do one an interview or I guess a flipping houses roundtable, a wholesaling houses roundtable with him. We're just gonna chop it up. He'll have a lot of good information to add, everything that he's done and what he's doing or whatever. I think you guys will find it valuable. So I'm a little mentally drained. This stuff, believe it or not, when you start thinking about this stuff and answering questions, it just comes natural to me because that's what I've done for a while. But after this thing is over, man, I'm people contact me. It's hit me up tomorrow. I'm mentally drained after this, but I like doing it. So here I am. So if I look this way, I apologize. So
I'm not. After this is over, I'm available. Mm-hmm. Okay. To answer your questions, I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, yeah, Ty, wake up. Let's see here. Purple wine. I like that. The purple wine. She says, how can I formulate a deal for a home that does that? How can I formulate a deal for a home that does not need repairs? Can I email?
It really doesn't. It matters, but it doesn't matter. It just means, which is rare you have a house that doesn't need any repairs. But just use an example. If you still do the formula to know if you have an opportunity or not, say the number's 200 grand is the ARV, you still take 70%. So that's at 140 right there. So you say it doesn't need any repair, so you skip the repair part of that. So you say you want to make 10 grand, you double that, and the way I like to do it. So now you subtract another 20 grand, so you're at 120. So there you go.
All right.
Which I would probably offer less than that, but that's the number start with. So,
Dear This Richie on YouTube, for someone who is just starting out in real estate investing and they want to do different types of deals, should they have a mentor or can they be just as successful if they start out on their own? Yeah.
I didn't have one. I wish I did, because with all the information that that I was initially presented with, I was on information overload to the point I really didn't know anything. I stumbled to a check rather. So you can only do what your resources will allow. Now, some people have the money and they just still go ahead and just take advantage of the free videos that I have here, and I guess whatever else they can get their hands on and then run with it. So it's just going to vary from individual to individual. Everybody learn and retain information differently. So I can't really answer that question for you. Ideally, it probably, for most people, if they had an option to ask somebody whenever they were going through any phase of a transaction to be able to help them, I'm assuming that would be easier. What do you think, Adrian?
Of course, it would be easier if you had somebody that you could help and they were there to answer your questions, but it's not impossible to do it. I mean,
yeah, I didn't have that, so I just figured it out.
Roosevelt says you got a mentor. 200 plus videos available on YouTube. I don't understand.
Oh boy, that's funny.
Miss Hayes, if I wholesale houses, when I do my taxes, how is it reported as income? Do I pay taxes on it? Just wondering. So I'll answer that. Yes, if you make money, eventually you need to, first of all, you can start off without your LLC, but eventually you need to, get you a little business going and then have your money going there. And beyond that, yes, you need to pay taxes on it, but contact your CPA. We are not in the business of giving you tax advice at all, period. But you need to pay it. But you ain't got to. But you need to. But if you want to keep it, you can. But I didn't tell you that though.
I got an atomic ball in my pocket, so I got to suck on this to wake me up. So
the fireball?
Yeah.
You're nasty. Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't like these?
Not really. I have to suck on a little bit and take it out and suck on a little bit. That's too much effort for a piece of candy. Mm-mm.
Nah, my mouth is so used to them. This is what I use. I've never drank a Red Bull before, so like when I'm driving somewhere, I'm sleeping, I have these with me. They sort of keep me up or whatever. So assume I'm driving and I'm popping a fireball.
Never mind. I was thinking something else. Let's see. Albert on YouTube says, howdy, Flip Man from San Antonio, Texas. This is my first time hearing you live, and it's an honor to be able to hear you live. I'm excited about real estate investing, and I'm educating myself right now. Yes, you are. Thanks for joining us, Albert.
Albert, San Antonio.
That's right.
It's just like Compton. You don't know about that, do you?
No, that sounds like some Ice Cube will say, I guess.
No, close.
I don't know. Eric, where you at? Eric, help me out. San Antonio.
Like that's DJ Quick. It's just like him.
Hey, I don't know about him. You're showing your age again. Okay, let's see here. Yes, we can do dinner. And yes, I'm funny. Let me stop. Okay, what does the 70% actually mean? I think someone else asked about ARV. Okay, so when figuring out whether a deal is a deal, what does the 70% mean, which is actually the 30%, not 70%. That's really the most important. 70
plus 30 equals 100.
We got that.
All right. So the 30% of it is really what you're focusing on. So generally speaking, right, understand that formula number one. It's not an end all. As I say a lot on most of this stuff, but it's more to prevent you from wasting time on stuff, on properties that have no chance of being a deal based on the price, condition, and the condition that it's in. So the price that the seller's giving you and the condition that it's in. But the 30% represents the cash buyer's possible 20 to 25% profit and or his 5 to 10% holding costs. So you just take the 70% times the ARV, which ARV simply means what will the house appraise for in excellent condition. If you're not sure how to calculate that, probably one of my better videos that you all do have shown and viewed a lot in the short time that it's been up is how to calculate ARV. Well, I'm sorry, top 3 ways to calculate ARV. And so that video will explain in detail how to do that. You know, I guess a poor man's version of it. So.
Okay, Nia LCC. I don't know what that is. The question is, I had 3 buyers break a deal, request the earnest money back, and threaten to sue for it if I didn't return it. Is this something everyone does? Should I assume this is to be expected?
That if you've had 3 buyers to do that, what was the reason they put it on the contract and then backed out? You know, what was the reason for that? And let's understand that first. If you could repost a part B to that question.
Okay, Nia, I hope you heard that question on YouTube there. Go ahead and update us on why did they back out of the deal? What was the reason in the first place? What do you think about a new investor going into new home development?
If you got to have the resources to do that. So that's the answer. You got the resources to do that.
Okay, David, that would be a follow-up question for you. And LB answered, DJ quick, you was too late, LB, or Eli didn't scroll down. Y'all supposed to make me look smart. Give me the answer quick, man. Okay, Off-Roader says, Ty, do you keep signs in your car? If you do, what would you do if you got stopped and the cops see the signs?
Oh my.
Wow.
Hey, I'm busted with this weight.
Right, I'm like, it ain't dope.
I'm based with this weight, man. All this white. I'm busted. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna be like, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, where I'm placing signs at for the most part. Them guys got bigger fish to fry. You know, they rather that than me calling in somebody's window.
Well, off-road, I would go. I guess I think of it like if you were a realtor and you pulled over a realtor and they had a bunch of for sale signs or their realtor signs, they're really not paying attention. They're not looking at that for real. You know, they're being a little too, nah, they ain't looking at that. I don't think you have to worry about that.
It just depends on what municipality you're in. If you're in a municipality where they're strict on signs, then yeah, you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna probably say something or whatever. So, you know. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, unmarked policeman pulled me over one day. I don't even know why he pulled me over. I guess I looked the part or whatever. And he's like, man, what's up? What are you doing? I said, he said, you didn't put your signal light on when you get off this exit or whatever. He said, what do you do for a living? So I said, can I reach in the back? So yeah, so I reached in the back. He said, okay. He said, how's that working out? He said, how you get in there? He just started asking questions or whatever. So I explained to him a little bit what he said. Okay, man, I just, you know, this what I had to do. I just, you know, we're unmarked or whatever, so you know what we're looking for. I get it, you know, that's cool. So anyway, so you know, he didn't trip, you know, about it. You know, of course, he was probably looking for bigger fish than the fish I am. So the guppy that I am, what do you call it when you get the goldfish I am?
A minnow.
Yeah, the sardine that I am. So that's my experience with that. But he saw the signs, but I pulled it out. So
Let's see here. Don Blanco on Facebook has a question. The question is, I hear the market is really bad for wholesaling right now. What are your thoughts?
Oh my God. Where are you? Where are you, Don? What's his name? That was his name, Don?
Yes.
Okay, where are you, Don? Please answer that, then Angel's going,
What?
Whenever he's responding back, I want to know where he is. Where is he?
He hasn't responded yet.
Okay, all right.
But what are your thoughts?
No, I got to find out where he is first. It doesn't really matter, but I just want to know where he is.
Okay, well, we'll follow up. Let's see here. Eric, what you get mad about earlier? Talking about, sorry, I got mad earlier and said that stuff, Ty and A. What you say?
What are you saying?
I don't know what he say. I must have
Ain't nobody saying nothing you said, man. What you said, man?
Ooh, because Eric, the one that always tell me my movie quotes and stuff. He said he was eating. He couldn't help me right then, but I don't know what he talking about.
Oh, okay. What's okay, man? Golly.
Okay, let's go to Ginger's question on Facebook. She would like to know. Oh, hold up. Don is in Fort Worth.
All right, Donnie. All right, Donnie. I know that's not his name, but Don, you're in Fort Worth, Texas. So that's basically the DFW, if I'm correct. Am I right on that, A?
Yeah.
So that's in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, for you all, the young bucks that might not know that. All right. That's a huge market. Top 10 population-wise, whatever, nationwide. Do people die in the DFW? Answer the question for you. He can't answer, maybe, so you can answer.
Okay.
I'm saying, do people die? Do you think people die in the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
Yes, they do. Of course they do.
Okay, I need to move there. Okay.
Do people get divorced?
Do people get divorced?
Yes. Do people lose their jobs? Yes. Do people have kids who go off to school and they want to downsize because they have an empty house, empty nest? Yes.
Do people have medical issues which cause tremendous medical bills?
Yes.
Do they have tuition that needs to be paid for a kid that's either going to college or maybe private school?
Yes.
Do you think you have some tired landlords in that market?
Oh, yes.
Basically what we're saying, Donnie, we're not being smart, but basically what we're saying is that just life will create motivated sellers. You're probably listening to a realtor. I may be wrong there. Whoever you listen to, don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about, or they just don't want you to get in the business because you just want more. You're just adding to the competition in the market. But your job as a wholesaler, you're really a marketer. Your job is to let people know you exist. If you do an effective job of marketing, advertising, hey, I buy houses, and people call you, you will make money, and lots of it. It's that simple. When I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I don't do deals. I'm no different than anyone else. I'm not waving a magic wand in Birmingham or whatever. I'm no smarter than you are. And I normally say my market is no better than yours, but in reality, your market is better than mine because you probably are at least 5 times bigger than my market, minimum 5 times. So you just need to get out there and make it happen, man. Don't listen to whoever you're talking to, man. And I didn't invent this stuff. This is a very, very old technique. It's just the internet has brought it to life to a lot of different people. So.
Okay. Let me go back to Ginger's question. She said, I got her hopes up. Oh, I can't scroll back. Ginger's question was on Facebook. And it was in regards to a dialogue. You're going to have to pull it up so I can read it, because I can't scroll back anymore.
Well, it says, can't find those looking soon.
Nope.
I would like to know what questions, what type of dialogue that is. Okay,
yes. Go. I would like to know what, you're going to read the question. I'm going to read the question.
No, you're going to read it.
Okay.
Please.
I would like to know what questions or what type of dialogue do I use when I get a seller and a buyer on the phone? What are some of the key things I should be saying to these people? So we talked earlier about that motivated seller call that they want. I think you said you might have had one. And then maybe there may not be a buyer call, but top 3 things for each. Go.
I'm gonna do better than that.
Oh, here we go.
No, I can't do that because he'll say his phone number and his name, and I can't edit that out. So I was gonna let him listen to a call, but like I can't do that. I would have to edit out their names and stuff. But we off on Facebook on Instagram. But I'm gonna answer that. Hold on a second. Let me get us back up here.
And I'll go at Anthony. Your question was, do you use the same one-page contract with the seller and the buyer? Yes. Boom. There you go.
All right. And we are live on Instagram. But yeah, so how the dialogue goes with a seller. All right. So depending on if they called, you called them or they called you. Once you get part of it, you want to obviously, if you don't already have it, know their name and contact information, the address of the property, how many bedrooms and baths, probably the age of the roof, how is it heated and cooled, is it vacant, maybe the house that they're living in, if it's not vacant, or maybe a property that they're renting. If they're renting the property, you want to have an idea of what type of rent they're collecting, what type of lease, if they're on any, for that tenant. Then I'll go into, well, why are you interested in possibly selling your property? They give you the answer. That's just sort of build some rapport and to see what their level of motivation is. Okay, and so from there, then I'm going to ask them the magic question, which I didn't come up with this. I got this from Ron LeGrand. I still use it 15 years later. Paying all cash and closing quickly. What's the least amount you will accept? Wait on a response. Whether they say, whether they say yes or no. I mean, whether in regards to what amount they give you, your follow-up question, well, is that the best you can do? So then it's just gonna all boil down to your numbers. Now, sometimes they won't give you a price and you have to, make an offer. Normally gonna offer something that you're embarrassed about, is the rule of thumb. And then, you're not expecting them to accept it if that's the case. But what you are going to do is ask them, if they reject your offer, if they don't hang up on you, is, well, how close can you come to that amount? And so, again, if the numbers work for you, move forward. If they don't, thank them for their time. Let them know if anything changes, to give you a call back. Now, with buyers, you're basically just providing just the general information about the property. There's no real sales job going on there or anything. With buyers, either they're going to want it and the numbers work for them or not. So you're just answering questions about the property. Now, they may ask you, do you own the property? If you don't, if they ask you that question specifically, you say, no, I'm wholesaling it. Now, some buyers won't know what that means. So you say, I have it under contract, I have an option on it, which you really probably don't. You don't, but they may understand that a little better. So that's how the dialogue normally goes. But again, like they mentioned before, I have actual recorded calls where you can see the flow. And you can see I don't sound like, I'm just this genius on the phone with people. You listen to that call, this guy do it. I know I can do it. I hope that's the way you feel when you listen to that. So.
All right. So Ginger, I hope that answers your question. I see you stated that, yeah, you've heard that in some of his videos. Yep. It hasn't changed. Pretty much the same. It's just, and once I swear he can say that in his sleep 1,000 times over backwards. Because that's just what he says all the time. Diego wants to know, did you find out anything about TOPA?
Oh yeah. Nah, I talked to him when we talked a couple of days ago. Now I don't know anything about that, man. Hey, Diego, don't fall in love with that property, man. Get out there and find some deals, man. You're a go-getter. You're a talker. get out there and contact some tired landlords. Don't have to be TOPA related, and just see if you can find an opportunity, man. If you don't have any money for marketing, you're not afraid to engage people. Contact just generic red and white signs that are for rent, or black and white signs that are for rent. Normally, that's going to be the owner of the property, that they probably bought the signs from Home Depot, Lowe's, or Walmart, and call them and ask them, is the property still available? Whether they say yes or no, you let them know that you're not interested in renting to the property, but you're interested in buying the property. If they say they would be interested in selling, you take the information needed as necessary and you evaluate the property. If they say no, then you want to find out, then somehow my Siri got activated. Then you want to find out, do they have any other properties that they're interested in selling? If they say yes, you collect the information needed to analyze the property. If they say no, thank them for their time. Let them know if anything changes. Please keep your number and give you a call back. So don't fall in love with that TOPA stuff, man, whatever it is. Try to find something else. You want to have as many possible deals in the pipeline as possible. And that's all I got to say about that.
That's it. Rolanda Trotter wants to know, on your 50-50 deal, 50-50 dot deals, you said that the house has to not be listed. What deal will you not mess with so I will know what not to waste my time on?
Yeah, it just doesn't. The first hurdle is that it shouldn't be advertised online anywhere if I Google the address. That's your first hurdle, right? I'm just 99.9% of the time, I'm not going to be interested. I'm not even going to take a second look at it. That's the first hurdle. All right. So ideally, you found a property that's has a ton of equity in it. What I define as a ton of equity, anything 90,000 above needs to probably have at least 50% equity in it. At least that, to even take a look. Normally I'm looking for higher. Once you start to get around 150 or so, then 50% is you can just automatically, you don't have to do a phone. If you know the property ARV is 150 and you get it for 75, yeah, I'm gonna probably be interested in taking a look at that. Obviously you still have to take into consideration the repairs. Ideally, you've already put it in the contract. You have a video also that puts you far ahead of the line of stuff that I'm gonna look at to evaluate. So hopefully I answered the question.
Okay. Maurice says, hello, I was watching a video today about the ARV calculator website. Is that website still available? Might be talking about Dealulator.
Yeah, Dealulator is still available. It's still in play.
Yeah. Dealulator.com. That's another one of those domains.
But I think, which one is better? Which one? I really think those are some good domains, right?
They are.
Those are made up words. That's why they were available, but people get it. Which one is better? Dealulator.com.
Mm-hmm. Or
Flippinar.com.
Or
let's see, what else is it? Oh, mail-to-flip.com. Just those three.
Dealulator.
Okay.
I like Dealulator.com better because I think the other two can go into Dealulator. Like if you have a deal or to find a deal, Mail to Flip could be in that. And so Flippinar, if you need more information, join us live, whatever. I think Dealulator could get rid of the other two, but I'm just saying.
Okay, all right.
That's just my opinion. Which, yeah.
All right.
Let's see here. David, David says, I have your cheese. I'll be in touch. That ain't his cheese. That's my cheese. What else are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Miss Hayes from South Carolina says, I really appreciate what you are doing. You're providing a wealth of knowledge for free, along with explaining this in a very easy to understand way. God bless you. Thanks. I like reading those. Let's know that somebody appreciate the videos and whatnot. Let's see here. Yoshika, am I able to utilize the same purchase and sales agreement for wholesaling mobile homes as I do for wholesaling houses?
She said, can you do what now?
Can she use the same contract, purchase and sales agreement for wholesaling?
Well, understand with a mobile home, the process is different because it's like buying and selling a car. The owner can easily have the title in hand. So put it on a contract really doesn't mean anything unless you get the title, anything, because a cash buyer can walk up to them, they do a bill of sale, and boom, it's theirs. So either you're going to have a buyer you really trust, and or somehow you're going to have to place the property under, get the title, which that's probably going to be difficult without putting up any money or whatever. So.
Okay, Paris, who has 2 deals under contract and hopefully closing on one, hopefully within 2 weeks, has a question, and it is, how often do you sell properties that don't need any work and is in the fair market range? Can you still wholesale it if it is? Please explain.
I do properties that are livable all the time. The numbers just still have to work. It just, the repairs are less. I just did that. We just did an example like that. It's just still less. You still go through the same process of figuring out if it's a deal or not using the formula.
Okay, let's see here. Roosevelt has a question. I don't think I've seen this one. What's the best way to beat out a realtor in a realtor's market, like Auburn, Alabama?
Well, that's such a small market now. Understand that now. So you're going to be limited on the number of opportunities you had anyway. But the main thing is that you're talking about beating out realtors. You're really not competing for the same stuff in a lot of cases, because if you're marketing through the internet or direct mail or banner signs, it's just different. You're really not competing for the same stuff because you're marketing differently than they are or whatever. And so a lot of times motivated sellers would deal with you because they don't want to deal with a realtor, and or the speed of the realtor really doesn't put a clock on how fast they'll sell something, whereas you'll put a 30-day clock on it. So that makes you more attractive, for a motivated seller. So I wouldn't even worry about a realtor. That's, in my opinion, that they're going to do what they're going to do. They're a necessary evil. They command a large portion of the business, but I wouldn't worry. That's the least of your worries, in my opinion. But Auburn is such a small market though. So
on Instagram, does the investor discount change based on if it's a buyer market or seller's market?
Investors just want deals, man. So then it's going to vary from the individual, depending on how which side of the market it's on, quote unquote. And that'll depend on how deep the discounted deal is. So it's just going to vary from investor. There's no really blanket you can put on that at all.
Okay. 24 after the hour. After over our hour, we did start late, but at this point, I do go ahead and try to do, quote unquote, a little house cleaning. I'm reminding you guys that we are here next week on Thursdays, Lord willing. That ebook is available to you on wholesaling.guide. Yep. And it has some good information for you if you want something to be able to read if you can't get to us and you don't want to watch the videos, because there are how many? 200 plus videos available for you on YouTube. You can always go to flipman.net, reach out to Ty if you have any questions. He typically responds. Keep in mind that, we have all these resources available to you. So if you do need holding hand mentorship, that is available. It's not free, but it is available. If you need, even more help, We have 50/50.deals, which is available for those who want to partner up with Ty on unlisted properties that you have under contract that you're having difficulty moving. So make sure you meet those guidelines for that. Always dealyoulater.com if you need to evaluate a deal. Fund My Next Deal. A lot of you know about Miss Renikia Williams, who joins us in helping you hold by fund properties. So there's a lot of resources that I need you guys to use to make your wholesaling journey successful and get a check. So I'll round it off with maybe a question or two from each of our platforms, because we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and we'll call it a night, guys, because Ty's already sleepy. So on Facebook, Don Blanco has another question. He says, thank you for clearing that up. He had a question earlier. Now, how do you find these people? Craigslist has been a bust for me, and bandit signs aren't legal in the city limits. Well, we've talked about getting those lists, ordering lists, and then using mail-to-flip.com, which sends out photo postcards to potential motivated sellers. That would be an option for you. We've spoken quite a bit, Mr. Blanco, about cold calling. Pretty much from those same lists that you can get, list source. I have someone talking about, the obituaries and divorce letters and all that kind of stuff that's available just in your local paper, maybe. So there's a way. Those are ways. Anything else for them, Ty, to find people?
No, that's it. Let's knock out these other questions, man.
All right, we have David. If the owner of a vacant house has a post office box as a mailing address, how much of a response do you get if you send direct mail to that address?
On the post office box?
Yep.
Well, I was just someone paying for that box, so they're checking it at some point or whatever. So you still want to go out there and you still can mail to that type of address. Again, they're paying for it, so somebody's checking it at some point. So not my preference, but yeah,
What fees should the wholesaler expect to pay at closing? None.
In most cases, none. Sometimes the buyer may want you to contribute some of that. Sometimes they may want you to pay it all. So it'll depend on how much you're making, and what you want to absorb to make the deal work. The way I look at it, say if David, the interview I did last week, just a couple of days ago, I think, if I remember correctly, I think he had to eat $2,000 for some reason or another, but he wasn't going to let $2,000 keep him from making over $17,000. That's the way I look at it. So always be open. Everything's negotiable. But in most cases, buyers will pay that, but they know they're getting a great deal.
Okay. Let's see here. Hi, Carlos on Facebook. He was just saying hello. Joe Kane, do you get a lot of deals from bankruptcy lists?
Not my thing. But it could be another source for sure.
Okay. Ginger, your question is, do I need to start an LLC before I start wholesaling? We kind of answered this earlier. If that $200 that it takes for you to start up an LLC is $200 for that, or $200 for some bandit signs, or for a list, go for the bandit signs and the list first. Make some money. Then, you do a deal, you make about $5,000, the $200, not that big of a deal. Then do your LLC. It's not the most important thing when you're just getting started. Try to get a deal first, and then worry about that part. Yes, you do need it. Eventually, you're making money, but it's not a deal breaker. And are there different questions to ask a seller whose home was damaged beyond repair, like fire, water damage, natural disasters? What am I telling the buyer about the deal? Well, the buyer is going to have to do their own due diligence as well. Once you tell that buyer this house has been burned 70%, or there's just smoke damage, fire damage, they're either going to take your word or they're either going to go look for themselves. If you tell them that house was flooded in Hurricane Harvey, if they want to take your word and go for it, then that's on them. So only thing that you can do is make sure that you disclose it. It is not a deal breaker. Just make sure that you get it for as cheap as possible. It all goes down into the numbers. So hopefully that answered that for you. I like Ginger. She's always here. Let's see here. And I think that's all I got. Questions are pouring in, guys, but we are an hour and 30 minutes in. So we did make up for the time of us being late. And I most definitely appreciate each and every one of you being here. So make sure you join us next week. We're going to let Ty, the old man, go take his nap. That fireball is gone.
It's gone, man. I just crushed it.
And we will see you guys all next week. Make sure you bring a friend, bring your questions, and go to 5050.deals and let Ty help you make some money. Get you a check. And we'll see you next week on the
Flip side.
Flip side.